Hey guys, Angry Joe here, doing a quick update on my situation with YouTube's copyright changes and policies and the crazy shotgun approach of the content ID system. Obviously, I'm still upset. Calm down a little bit, but this is, after all, my livelihood and something I've been doing passionately for about 4 years now. So I just wish that maybe YouTube would have been a little bit better with how they've handled this. Gosh. But for now, let me try to be more transparent with you guys so that you understand exactly what's happening. So let me give you, I built this big spreadsheet of what videos are being flagged, their links, and what timestamps and what companies are coming after them, and for what reason, whether it be a song or music clip. So I made this big old list, and let me share the breakdown with you now. 18 instances of game footage or game trailers have been flagged. 16 song clips have been flagged. 11 songs that I purchased a long time ago from Video Copilot has been flagged. 12 game soundtracks, of the game song, like the theme song, that are playing in the game or in the background on my TV when I'm doing something, got flagged. And that includes, stuff like, Connect Michael Jackson dancing, Connect Dance Central dancing with those songs playing that you're, playing in the background. Then I have 3 movie clips related to the movie that I'm reviewing, and I'll show you that are flagged. And then I have 2 All for Tuna clips, which is a public domain song. Well, actually, it's not just 2, but there's a few other classical songs that I use that got flagged. Let's go ahead and let me actually show you and talk a little bit about this. It's going to be a little bit longer video because I want to actually show you guys what it is, give you my opinion on what's happening, at least to me, because I've essentially become a larger channel who is an affiliated partner and who has to deal with this on a constant basis. And a bunch of people were tweeting at me, Joe, we've been dealing with this a long time. We're not a part of a network and we've been dealing with this forever. And, so welcome to the club. And, some of these people need a voice, and some people YouTube needs to see this video so that we can help improve the system. And I'm going to show you, YouTube, exactly what's happening to us right now and exactly how to fix it, what system you can use in order to make everybody happy. But let's just start with what's happening to me right now. Do picture in picture, okay. So top 10 best games of 2012, right? This is a video, got a lot of views, probably, something like 1 million or something. And right now it's being claimed by PlayNC at 2737, and it's being claimed by Telltale Games at 519. So if we play the content, I don't really know if I should play the content, but essentially these are all Angry Army members playing the game. I'm in there somewhere, and we're all essentially dancing right now. And I'm talking about the game over it. And then towards the end of this video, I play sort of the badass, like a few seconds of this badass trailer where, that dragon comes down and screams and you have the warriors all running towards the dragon. I awarded Guild Wars 2 the best game of 2012, and in order to illustrate the #1 slot, I show a clip of Guild Wars 2, and then I show the best that their game trailer had to offer, the wow moment. And what happens is it gets flagged, and now PlayNC will earn revenue, not me, but PlayNC and Telltale Games will earn revenue completely 100% off of this video. Instead of me getting the money, they get the money because I use a 10-second or 30-second clip in order to illustrate that this was the #1 game or the #3 game. And it's the same with Telltale. Let's see here. They say 519. So if I scroll over to 519, you can see I illustrated, there you go, Walking Dead, and I use a clip from one of their PR trailers, one of their publicly released trailers, to get excitement about their game going. I just use a very short clip from that. And so this is the instances of game footage or trailers from the game that this overzealous content ID system is taking these things into account. And I'm not saying that, PlayNC, where it's hitting a button that says, no, fuck Angry Joe, because he used 10 seconds and said that our game is the best of 2012, we want all the money from that 1 million view video. I'm not saying that, and neither with Telltale Games. These are two companies that are, nice people, and I've met them in person before. I just think that the content IT system is overzealous and it's going crazy. So let me see. Let me break down some of the other ones for you. Now, here are where you can get into an argument about whether it's valid or not. I have 16 different song clip flags. But let me also show you one of these. Give me 1 second. So we'll do screen region. So, for example, Kotaku did an article about this on me, and they said, and they listed some of the reviews that were getting flagged, and they listed Skyrim. And right away, Bethesda emailed me and say, "Hey Joe, what's going on? You know us. We don't claim the videos." And I said, "I know you guys are fucking awesome. In fact, you're one of the few companies, Bethesda, out there, and there's actually a good number of companies that are waking up that know the value of YouTubers and know the value of smaller media guys. They've been so awesome. Every single time I go to a convention, they treat YouTubers and smaller guys with just as well as the huge guys, IGN and GameSpot. They were really cool about their stuff." And so they emailed me and they say, like, "What's going on? We didn't submit that particular claim." And I was like, "Well, Kotaku, although they did email me, I was asleep and they didn't give me a chance to respond." And while publishers are going in there, publishers like, I've got a list, Nintendo, Sega, Square Enix, though Square Enix is starting to get a little bit better. But there are companies out there going out there and actually going in and submitting these claims and coming after people. Bethesda isn't one of those, so they wanted to know what's up, and I told the global PR manager, "Hey man, it's cool. Actually, my video for Skyrim is not being claimed by you guys. It's actually being claimed by the Ministry of Sound UK, or quote unquote Base 79, which I have no idea who they are or what that is." And then I read who these people were. It said, "Joey Negro, make a move on me, radio edit." So it's a song, clearly. And so I went through this whole video trying to find what they were talking about, and I'm using clips from the game, but then it specifically says where it is. It says 401. So let's go to 401. Okay, let's see here. There you go. So you see it right there. So this is 357. Some kind of prisoner fetish? Okay, I'm going to cut off the audio because I don't want this one to get flagged again. I basically make a joke like, Bethesda always puts in, the Elder Scrolls series always puts you in a prison. What do they have, a prison fetish? Like for every single game you start in a prison. And so I'm making a joke here, and I realized that I actually did use clips of that song because I did this review years ago. And here it goes. So I think, I'm not sure if I should play this, but I'm just going to kind of play it for you. So in the original music video, they've got this particular guy here. He's listening to the song, and he's looking at these really, like, hot chicks, and, like, water is being sprayed on them, and they're all sweaty, and they're all doing, like, their sexy dance, right? And so what I did is, and he's looking at it, and instead of the women, I put me in there rubbing my body as the monks on the mountaintop who teach you how to do all the dragon, who teach you the dragon language and the dragon shouts and your powers as the dragonborn. And so it's like, he's like, "Oh yeah," with these guys who can essentially teach him all the powers again. It's a stupid joke. It's really stupid. But it literally lasts. Okay, let's see where I cut it off here. Hopefully it doesn't get flagged. So 417 is where it stops. So 401 to 417, you've got this clip of the music playing, and very short clips of the guy in the music video, but he's looking at me. So I'm remixing the material, and I'm using it for parody purposes within a review to illustrate a joke. Now, because I did that, even though this clip lasted, 17 seconds, the whole Skyrim video is now being monetized by the Ministry of Sound UK. And I think that's unfair. Now, you can argue that, yes, Joe, you are using 17 seconds of that song playing, So you don't have a right to do that, and if they want to say fuck you, then they have a right to, and that's fine. You can argue that, but I just don't. I mean, you can argue parody, you can argue fair use, and you can argue this thing sucks. It limits media, and this is the next generation, and this is really not how this should be going down. And at the end, I give credit to the song so that people know where they can go and download the song and what song that was if they enjoyed it. But if the whole thing is about, well, you're making money off their song. If you monetize your 20-minute review, 30-minute review, whatever, and you have 15 seconds of their material in there, then you're using them in your video, and they should have a right to your money or something like that. Now, okay, let's just, for a second, let's think about that. And if that's the case, why then does this system give 100% of all the hard work that I've done over the years to those people? If you really look at the video, I played Skyrim for so many hours, 60, 80 hours, and I recorded every single minute, second of that footage. Then once I'm done playing that game from start to finish, I go and I search through all 60 to 80 hours to try to find, oh, I remember that cool thing happened to me, that'll be great for my review. And I pull that footage out and I edit it and I render it so it's a smaller file so I can use it on there. And I go through all of that. And then I put all this background footage. And then I record me talking. I had to write the review. I have to film the review. I have to find when my friends are ready to be in the review. I have to go out and buy the costumes, the monk costumes. Then I have to put in the special effects, like the sun shining. And then I have to go and buy the warrior costume that I use at the beginning of the review. And I have to do all of these things, spend a lot of money, spend a lot of time, blood, sweat, effort, all that shit. I mean, this particular review probably took me, like 16 to 20 hours. I don't even remember because it's been so long. But I mean, some reviews take a long time. We're talking days worth of editing, nonstop. And because of that 30-minute or 20-minute review, I use 15 seconds. They get everything? That doesn't make any sense to me. I would like to propose that YouTube improve their content ID system to where they will get, and this is if you agree with it. I'm not necessarily saying I agree with it, but one compromise could be give them a percentage. So however much you use that the system identifies that you're using, if you use 15 seconds of a music clip in a 5-minute video, then you have to give a percentage to the original content copyright holder. I think that would really be an amazing system. It would make everybody happy, and it would be a great compromise. And I think that's what should be used. If you agree with that. So then I said 16 song clips, and you see kind of what that is, like right here. Then this was interesting. I had 11 claims from Video Copilot, and this is mostly on some of my really old stuff. Let me see if I can find an instance of it. So yeah, right here you'll see. I gotta show you. Okay, so right here you'll see stuff reviews. I used to do these a long time ago. World of Warcraft Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Now, towards the end, you got a piece of music from Video Copilot. It's the Goblin March loop, and this is actually pro scores. Now, if you look up Video Copilot and pro scores, this is actually a massive toolkit of professionally composed musics and sound elements for creating powerful soundtracks and scores. So basically, they make it easy to create professional sound in your video. And you bought this. I bought this 4 years ago when me and my friend bought it like 4 years ago when we were working on the Angry Joe Show together. It was I don't know if it cost $100 back then or they were charging more. But you buy something 4 years ago, now 4 years later, like all these content ID changes are happening because the YouTube system is getting even more aggressive. Now this company is creating music so that you can buy it, so that you can put it in your videos your production videos, you know, the way you want. And that's exactly what I did here. And yet it's being claimed by the Content ID system, not necessarily Video Copilot, but it's doing automatically for them. Now, I have no idea if it's their policy, if they say, for example, if they put up examples of their music on their YouTube channel, then said, this is ours, don't let anybody else use it, or if somebody else is using a clip of this music, then monetize it automatically for us. If they did that back then, they need to consider, you know, whitelisting all of this music, because if they're doing that in order to capture pirates who are, you know, uploading the music illegally or putting the full tracks on their YouTube stuff, that's a really poor way of finding the pirates, because you're also punishing every single person who spent, what, $100 on the software. And I had a guy tweet at me who essentially had 85 of his videos flagged by Video Copilot because he bought the software and he started using the music in there. And if you notice right here on their website, it says Pro Scores use on YouTube. You may receive copyright notification for your YouTube videos that contain Pro Scores. If you receive this, then send us an email. And I sent them an email and I gave them all 11 links of my YouTube videos. Please include your order number so that we can make sure that you actually, you know, did buy it, and whitelist your channel for future use. Video Copilot does not view the video in question. So my question then to Video Copilot is, you know, did you do this manual system where you said flag all this content as ours and let us generate revenue, and then we will, and then when people email us, we'll handle them on individual basis, which I think is wrong? Or is it YouTube's fault? And YouTube's Content ID system is once again borked, and it's blanketing everybody. And so that's something that we need to get to the bottom of, and I'm sure Video Copilot can help us do that. In fact, I was looking at their Twitter feed here. And here's a tweet. Says, I've had a video claim from Pro Scores bit I had in an intro. Is this something Video Copilot is personally enforcing? And Andrew Kramer, the guy behind Video Pilot, awesome guy. I love his stuff. Please do not take this in the wrong way. I'm not shitting on Video Copilot. I love them. They're great. And he said, nope. It's a long story, but actually you need to email support and they can fix it for you. And he's talking about this right here. But I know for a fact that companies can go in and whitelist stuff. So I think Video Copilot needs to go in and whitelist all of these Pro Scores if they're going to be selling them for use, other people's use, to then put them in their productions, which may go on YouTube, because this is getting out of control. A very large portion of mine were flagged like that, 11 flags. All right. Holy shit, guys! I don't. I just got an update from Video Copilot, so I'm just gonna stick this in the video. I know this is out of nowhere, but that's the power of the internet, where you can get immediate responses. And I know Andrew is so freaking awesome at Video Copilot, so I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna share my screens. He just responded to me on the specific case where I'm like, why did they do this? Well, here's why. Okay, so. Angry Joe, sorry for the trouble. Our team can fix the issue. Please email us. I'll tweet back the full story. So the full story is, another company claimed our music illegally and made false claims. So we had to manage the rights just to allow our customers. And he goes on to say, we never got involved in rights management until we had to. And now we have to manually whitelist our own customers. Apologies. So you can tell right here that this is definitely a problem, YouTube. And you have to find a better way, a better claims system, because this is a company who you're hurting. You're hurting their reputation. You're putting more work on them, and for that matter, you're putting more work on game publishers who has to go in and whitelist everybody when they've already publicly said, look, you know, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want to flag people. And they're having to go in case-by-case basis now. So it's just generating a lot of extra work for everybody. There has to be a better way to do this. So that was the little update. Video Copilot, really cool guys. They're dealing with bullshit just like we're dealing with bullshit. So back to the video. What else? So 12 game soundtracks of the songs in the game, playing in the game or playing in the background on my TV in the game. Now, this is literally songs in the game, so main themes will get flagged, and then your whole video is kind of screwed because you had a main theme in there. That's happened several times in some of my popular indoctrination theory videos. Like, for example, one of the biggest ones, at least in terms of views. Let me show you that. Here is top 10 reasons why we hate Mass Effect 3's ending at 1.3 million views. Well, that got matched. Why did it get matched? Well, because at a certain point in the video, I used the soundtrack from EA games, Leaving Earth. So I used the song. It must have either been playing in one of the trailers or playing on the game as I was illustrating a point. So now Ingroves, which may be an in-house thing from EA, claims the whole video and will start earning revenue on the whole video just because of that particular song. Now, if you're going to be okay with people basically posting your footage and stuff like that, or reviewing your footage, or including your footage in editorials, or even sometimes in these top 10 best games of 2000 whatever, then you have to be okay with some of the sound, some of the music that's played in the game. Now here's where it starts to get a little bit dicey. Games like this one, Michael Jackson Connect. Obviously, when you're playing Michael Jackson Connect, you've got Michael Jackson songs playing as you're dancing to them, or as I'm illustrating a point and the song is playing in the background. That gets even more complicated because people that own the rights to Michael Jackson, they're extremely hardlined on their material. I'm trying to find some other instances of it for you, and also Star Wars is also another notorious one. In fact, I think I just fucking deleted that one. Where is it? It's somewhere here. It's where I play the Connect, and because there's John Williams' score and Duel of the Fates and stuff like that going on, the video was flagged multiple times. So that's another thing that gets you. This new content ID system is flagging. What else? 3 movie clips related to the thing I'm doing. Here, for example, my Inception movie review was claimed by MC for Warner Brothers, and that was because, and I tried to search through here, and I tried to see where exactly I was using something from Inception, and it turns out this was one of my older reviews where I don't even really play any clips. There's like no clips. I have the Inception logo in the background, so for a long time I thought that it was because I used these freaking images in the background that pissed them off, because they don't give me any direct timestamp of what they had a problem with. And all of this stuff I'm creating myself with special effects there for that. I had a dream it was an Inception type thing, but I found this at 4:49. I use a very, very short clip from the trailer with that famous Inception sound. And that's pretty it. And it's there for a few seconds. So because you get a few seconds of that and maybe an actor talking about his movie, the whole thing is claimed by MC for Warner Brothers. And I just don't think that that's right, especially if I'm reviewing the material. It should be fair use. So I'm just giving you sort of a breakdown. And the final type is I have 2 O Fortuna clips. And actually, there's actually a few more clips where I use classical music that is, normally public domain. But what messed me up is that I must have used a clip, and I'm trying to find it right now, performed by a famous symphony of some kind. And, even though it's public domain, you got to make sure that you are looking for the clips that are royalty free so that they don't get flagged by anything else. And if it's a famous thing like the London, symphony or something like that, the Philharmonic, or then it's going to get flagged, and they're going to say, yes, because you used 10 seconds of this or 30 seconds of our song clip, it's us performing it. We want to earn all of your revenue on whatever you put it in. So that's basically what's been going on. All right, so what's going to happen now? Well, I'm going to essentially dispute all of these claims that I think are wrong, and then wait for the company to say, well, you use this much, so no, we don't want you to use it at all. In the instances where they have their content in here, we don't want you to use it. So I guess I'll take those videos down, or I will re-upload them without that piece of music, or I will sing the song myself, which I think is okay, but it's gonna be pretty bad. And in the instances of the bullshit ones from these companies I've never heard of, there's a few of them here. We're just gonna outright fight those. And so I guess that's pretty much it. So it's a complicated issue, and I just thought maybe you might be interested in seeing some of that. It's got a lot of different elements on it. Some of it, the game footage and on all that stuff, those companies, it's up to them whether they want to let you use the Let's Play footage, and then it's arguable with your commentary, with your flair, with you actually playing the games, that your content are still their content. I just wish that in 2013 and 2014 coming up here, that these companies will relax on that. Nintendo, Sega, these kinds of companies who notoriously hate that kind of stuff, I wish that they would realize the value of promotion and marketing, and this actually does help them out. I'm free and open to debate about those companies actually just turning off and flagging, just like the ending levels or the conclusion of the story, so people can't just spoil the ending and put up the ending only. People can have that debate. I don't really get into lengthy Let's Plays where I play it from beginning to end and I show everything. I don't do that, so that's not my argument to make. Somebody else more qualified can make that argument for the gamers on the gamer side. We've already heard the argument from the company side. And then, so that's just one piece. The next piece is the music industry, the RIAA. All these different music studios, they want a piece. If you use just a small segment of their song, it doesn't matter if it's 10 seconds long or 30 seconds long. If you use any amount of it, then all of a sudden your video is flagged, completely flagged. 100% of your revenue then goes to them. I think that's wrong. I think that YouTube should use a system, and other people can argue whether, I've remixed it enough to where it's mine, or I'm using it for fair use, or I'm using it for parody. That arguments can be made. But for the arguments that cannot be made, maybe YouTube can use a system where it gives a percentage of the revenue back to the content holder for however long you use that clip. That at least is a little bit better than all of a sudden giving 100% to the content owner. That makes no sense. And I'm not talking about legit illegal activity, because pirates and people who put up entire clips of songs and put up entire TV shows and entire movies, that's wrong. Stop that shit. Don't do it, because it's not your content. I'm talking about the other stuff. So then you've got that. And then finally, the other part of it is movie clips and movie trailers. That should also be protected under fair use, like my Inception one. If I'm doing a movie review, I should be able to show a 10-second clip from the Inception. I should be able to use that Inception sound for 15 seconds. Not show the whole movie, not play every damn song from the soundtrack, but review the damn thing. And I shouldn't have to share that type of revenue with them. And if you think I should and you win in court, then why would 100% of my revenue go to that person? Why wouldn't just the percentage of the content that I did use in the overall 30-minute review then go to that company? That seems far more reasonable. But as you can see, in conclusion, the content ID system that YouTube is using right now is woefully inadequate. It needs to be changed. It needs to be improved. YouTube, you've made billions of dollars. In fact, I think you've made, I want to look up the exact number. Okay, I found it. Here it is. YouTube to gross 5.6 billion in ad revenue in 2013. So if you're generating that kind of ad revenue, I think you guys should take this a little bit more seriously. I think you should beef up your content system, make it work better, and possibly consider some of those other things if you think that you're standing on good legal ground. Like for example, the revenue share between the owners and the copyright holders. And here's an interesting thing. For some of those things that I showed you, for example, at the beginning of the video, you remember how my top 10 best games of 2012 got flagged by both PlayNC and Telltale Games. Well, what happens then? Well, I'm cut out, right? So I don't earn any money off that. They're earning money. But how does that get distributed if they're two different companies? Does Telltale get 100% or does PlayNC get 100%? Or do they split 50-50? Holy shit. Is the system, Content ID system, does it already have that shit built in all along? Well, if that's the case, then, why haven't you guys considered that percentage revenue share between, the remixers or the, reviewers or critics or whatever and the actual companies, if you, once again, think that that's the method that you should approach? The system is clearly already there, unless, I guess, nobody gets that money from that video, and these two companies have to then duke it out. They get their choice of sharp pointy weapon and get thrown into a cave together, and they have to duke it out for the scraps of YouTube revenue over this 1 million view video after it's already had its life, now that you have this new content system. But so it seems like the system is already there, and I really hope YouTube watches this video and you guys really have to fix this shit. Please fix this shit. Okay, guys? I'll see y'all on the next Angry Joe Show.